Texas just passed the largest property tax cut in history, $10 billion in relief. That's just one reason that Houston is about to become the #1 relocation destination in America. And if you're thinking about where to move and why so many people are relocating to Houston over cities in California and New York, we are breaking that down right here. And stick around till the end because I'm gonna give you a breakdown of how much someone moving to Houston is saving compared to living and relocating to a different place. And the number is going to shock you. Now, before we talk about everything, I'm RK Rossos with the Community Warriors Real Estate Team, and we've helped hundreds of people relocate in and around Houston, from retirees to remote workers to business owners, and we've seen one thing again and again, and it's that people are choosing to move here to Houston for more reasons other than the barbecue, the job market, or the culture. It's mostly how much they're actually going to save. In recent news, we actually had more reasons that we're actually going to save more money. Just a few days ago, Texas passed 3 different bills. That's HB 9, SB 23, and SB 4. And these bills represent $10 billion in new property tax relief for homeowners. So I'm going to break down a little bit about what's changed. I'm not going to go over everything, but these are going to be the main things that are actually going to affect our homeowners. So the first thing is that homestead exemption has increased from $100,000 to $140,000 for most homeowners.
I'm going to sign a law that will increase that exemption to $140,000. If you go from where the homestead exemption was when I first became governor, $15,000, to now $140,000, that's almost a 1,000% increase.
And when I say most, that doesn't include seniors who are actually bumped up to $200,000 in property tax exemption, as well as the disabled.
For those who are 65 and older or disabled, that property tax exemption goes up beyond $140,000. It goes all the way up to $200,000.
Now, another part that's not necessarily property taxes, but this is really going to benefit a lot of people that are thinking about relocating, but this is business personal property, bumped up from $2,500 as a tax exemption all the way to $125,000 in tax exemption, which is, I mean, that's massive, really.
The bill I'm going to sign increases the business personal property tax exemption from $2,500 all the way to $125,000.
So when you combine all this, it's huge. Essentially, they're saying that about 25% of the state's budget is actually going to property tax cuts, whether it's residential property or this business personal property.
25%, a quarter of the Texas state budget, is using money to return to you through tax cuts. No state in the history of America has devoted such a large percentage of their budget to tax relief in the United States of America.
Now, I'm going to talk to you about what the actual numbers would look like in just a bit, and there's going to be an even bigger reason why I believe we're going to be the #1 relocation destination here in Houston, and people are really already taking advantage of it. So the first thing is, before all of these other tax cuts these past couple of days, Texas was already one of the only 7 states that have no state income tax. So you combine the state and local tax burden, Texas is still one of the lowest in the US. And people have already been moving here to Houston for the lower cost of living, the no income tax, right, like I just mentioned, and the strong job market. So these new tax laws stack even more value on top of all that. And we're already seeing tons of signs of people relocating here in Houston and soon to actually finally settle down and plant their roots here. According to Culture Map, there was a recent article that said Houston had a 2,457% increase in millionaire renters since 2019. That is the highest growth rate in the entire US. And these aren't just like regular wealthy people playing around. We're talking a lot of these people are entrepreneurs, remote tech professionals is a big piece, retired executives. These people are choosing to rent now and buy later, and they're still already able to take advantage of the no state income tax, the lifestyle and the affordability in here. So now when you stack the business personal property tax exemption with the homestead exemption and the senior homestead exemption for a lot of our older relocated people that have come in here, it's only a matter of time when they actually decide, okay, I think I'm actually going to permanently settle here. I mean, it's almost impossible for me to say no to this amount of savings. Now, when we throw around the numbers, I know it's kind of hard to really break it all down. So I'm just going to give you a scenario of a real person if they were to relocate here. Okay, so let's say you are a business owner relocating from, I don't know, San Jose to here, and you earn $250 per year. You own a business, or you have a business. In your business, you've got computers, inventory, a bunch of other things. You're over 65 years old and you're planning to buy a home and settle here in Houston. So let's really do the math on this one. Now, already on top, in California, you would owe $23,250 per year just in state income taxes. In Texas, what is that number? That number is zero. All right. Let's just say you're going to save about $2,500 a year. Now, that's one aspect of it. And on top of that, you're going to have the homestead property tax exemption, which is going to save you about $2,300 a year if you're a senior. Okay. Overall, what are we looking at? We are looking at over $28,000 a year in savings, and that's just in taxes, tax breaks that you're going to get by living in here. That doesn't include the affordability. And if you're younger, it's not going to make that big of a difference. We're talking about 28,000 to, I don't know, 27,000 in savings. And that's really investing in your future. It doesn't include the fact that obviously everything is cheaper, houses are cheaper. Now, personally, I'm a fan of this, and we've got an opportunity to vote for this. And honestly, I would recommend for a lot of my other homeowners or people that have relocated into here and are wanting to plant their roots. Even if you already are a homeowner, you are going to get these savings and you're not relocating. And it just gives us more chances for our property values to increase even more and to increase our equity by having more people migrate in here. So, big fan of it overall. Now, if you are thinking about relocating or buying here in Houston, you guys can check out our free Homebuyer Playbook down in the link below. Or if you're interested to take a look at some of the great houses that we've highlighted in our channel, then you should check this video out right here.